Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Oyster Radio. So today, we need to take a little bit of a look at a bunch of fun news stories, including the winners of the illustration contest. This has been going on for a little while. There were many entries, and they finally gone and whittled it down, and they finally picked an actual winner. And we might as well just start off with that one. The grand prize was awarded to Rend for this amazing Arcanine. And then there's just, there's a little bird on there. Just a little fletchling just kind of chilling out, which I very much enjoy. Trying to pick a winner for this art contest is borderline impossible. It's just, the problem is, they're too good. And that's kind of a problem. Like, there's too many that are too good. It's so hard to actually try and figure out which one is the best. I mean, I came on this channel a little while ago. I showed you the Sizzle, which I thought was probably the best one there. And that didn't even make the final cut. When they cut down to 300, it didn't even make that. So there were 10,830 entries. They cut to 300, which did include the Sizzle. Then they cut to 100, which didn't include the Sizzle. And then this one ended up winning. And I don't think anyone can be terribly upset. Look how beautiful it is. Now, the first runner-up, Japan, was this lovely Greninja by Tiger Kasai. And the first runner-up in the United States was Julie Hang with this wonderful Bulbasaur, just kind of chilling and having fun. The second runner-up, there were a couple of them, one of which was Ross Straws. So, congratulations to me, I suppose, with this wonderful Arcanine. And then we also had Mingo with this lovely Pikachu. They were the second runner-ups. And then there were some other awards, which we're not going to get into all of them. Although Hee-Yun Chung with this Cramorant, I do want to give a little bit of love to, because, it's just beautiful, right? Just absolutely wonderful. They're all wonderful. What I would highly recommend you all do is get yourself over to the gallery of the top 300 entries, which I'll try and remember the link in the description, and just look through all 300, the first cut down, because oh my word, they are all just absolutely stunning. Remember, and this is really important, winning this tournament gets you a promo card, so there will be a promo with that Arcanine on at some point. It does not guarantee a job as a Pokemon artist. But do remember, Okacheke, and I think I've been pretty clear a number of times, that Okacheke is, in my opinion, the actual very best artist in the Pokemon TCG at the moment. Okacheke went and entered a previous illustration contest with this Slowpoke, and didn't win the contest, but now regularly does art for the Pokemon TCG. Although there's no Okacheke cards in Pokemon Go, and there were none in Dark Phantasma, so I'm starting to get a little nervous. I'm going to need to see some more Okacheke cards sooner rather than later. So yeah, hopefully we'll see more of these artists in the future. They are amazing. Speaking of cool artwork, over in Hong Kong and Taiwan, there are limited Pikachu playmats which are being given out at their upcoming championships. Shout out to the lovely Primal Lugia over at Poker Guardian for making me aware of this. And essentially they're being given out in the same way you would usually expect them to be given out. So they'll be top 32 stamped, top 16 stamped, etc. It's just absolutely beautiful. Now, the bad news is, the chances of being able to get hold of one of these mats is, I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, it is pretty slim. These are not going to be easy mats to get hold of, because they're only being given out at the championships in Hong Kong and Taiwan, and they're absolutely amazing. Obviously, you've got the Pikachu artwork there, which is lovely, and then you've got the championships Hong Kong, or, championships Taiwan, because again, there are two championships, that's where they are being given out. But then you've clearly got a black background with lovely little white line drawings of all of the Pokemon, and the original 151 at least. By the way, I'm not guaranteeing all the original 151 are there. I am not sitting down going through them to check. I'm just going to assume there are. I do need to shout out the Ditto making a heart at the top, and the Charizard that is clearly doing the special delivery Charizard pose. Like, that is blatantly the special delivery Charizard pose, which is a little bit weird, but there are absolutely no complaints from me. It's wonderful. So yeah, I kind of want this mat. And I'm sure, like, most of you watching at this stage are like, hey, I want that mat too. I've got bad news for pretty much all of you. We aren't going to be able to get that mat. If you're anywhere near Hong Kong or Taiwan, get yourself to the championships, because I rather suspect it's absolutely going to be worth it. I mean, obviously, I spotted Porygon, who was the best of the original 151 Pokemon. Still my second favourite Pokemon after Mamoswine. And Porygon takes pride of place right in the middle of where your deck goes. I don't think that's a coincidence. Whoever designed this mat knows how cool Porygon is. And the last thing we need to talk about here is basically the news that not only is the Pokemon TCG crushing, we know it's crushing, but Pokemon have done a phenomenal job basically stopping scalpers, and I absolutely adore this. Now, I need to give a shout out to lovely Joe from Cerebi.net for making me aware of these figures, but if we take a look, we can see that focusing on the trading card game, there were 43.2 billion cards sold, or at least made, in the past year. That is in 13 languages and in 77 areas. The thing is, that doesn't really tell the story. And I taught business for many years, as I've told you like a billion times at this stage. Numbers on their own mean nothing. When you're looking at numbers for a business, you need to make comparisons either to other similar businesses or to previous years. Now, other businesses is not terribly relevant for us today. Pokemon are the number one TCG. And that's not really in question at this stage. And you can make arguments about tournament attendance and things of that nature, absolutely. And you can use other metrics if you like. But the most important metric is sales. And if you look at sales, there's no question here. The Pokemon TCG is the number one TCG in the world. And it's not terribly close. So what we can do is we can look at previous years to try and determine exactly how well the Pokemon TCG is doing. Well, if we go back to last year, there were 34.1 billion cards produced, which means that we have got 9.1 billion extra cards produced from an initial run of 34 billion the previous year, which represents a 27% increase in a year. That's ridiculous. And one of the things this tells us conclusively is Pokemon were listening. When we were all complaining about scalpers there, and let's face it, we all were for a while. I was, you were, we all were. Pokemon was listening. And they were looking at these scalpers, and they were going, let's stop these guys. Let's try and make the Pokemon TCG unscalpable. Now, I'm not saying that the Pokemon TCG is unscalpable. I'm not saying that some products don't sell out very quickly. I'm not saying that there aren't people out there buying up these hard-to-find products and reselling them for a huge profit. Try finding EV Heroes for a decent price at this stage. You will fail. EV Heroes has become borderline impossible to find for a decent price. Although there are plenty of other sets out there, like, for instance, VMAX Climax, which Pokemon have reprinted over and over and over until finding that for a decent price, I mean, it's not even a challenge anymore at this stage. So that's kind of lovely. But Pokemon have responded. 27% increase in the number of cards produced in 1 year is absurd. That's not an easy thing to do. Increasing production by 27% in 1 year, that's not good. I mean, in business, we talk about capacity utilization. And that is the amount of the maximum you can produce that you are currently producing. And this is way oversimplified, all right? but let's say 90 to 95%. You don't want to be running at 100% capacity utilization, because then if demand goes up or you get unexpected orders, you can't fulfill them. But you want to be running close to 100% so that you're making as much money as possible. There's no way Pokemon were running at 73% when we were seeing mass shortages everywhere. What that means is Pokemon haven't just upped the capacity utilization in their factories, they have expanded capacity in a very real, very significant way, and that is great. If you care, the year before, so 2 years ago, they made 30.4 billion cards. So they went from 30.4 to 34.1 to 43.2. That was a pretty nice increase. And then a gigantic increase. You may also have noticed they've gone from 76 areas to 77. I wish I could tell you what the 77th area is. I'm afraid right now I can't. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've got some ridiculous illustrations winning some lovely prizes. We've got a new playmat, which you're not going to be able to get, and proof that the Pokemon is fighting the Scalpers. I mean, I told you all along, right? The way you build defenses against Scalpers is just by printing enough cards that it's not worth scalping, and that is exactly what Pokemon have done, and I think we can all agree that's awesome. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about all of this, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.